Welcome to Windsor, Ontario. Today, we're setting sail on a 2-hour cruise along the Detriot River. Join us aboard the Macassa Bay as we explore the stunning shorelines of Windsor and Detroit. We'll see a spectacular view of the iconic Renaissance Center. We'll cruise under the 95-year-old Ambassador Bridge, and we'll see the exciting new construction of the Gordie Howie International Bridge. Let's go cruising.
We'd like to welcome you aboard the Macassa Bay for a 2-hour sightseeing cruise down to the new Gordie Howie Bridge. There are two 75-passenger life rafts. And of course, in behind the Festival Plaza is Caesar Windsor. It opened in 1998 as Ontario's first permanent casino. Right next to us is the Renaissance Center. It's now called GM Renaissance Center, also of course nicknamed RenCen. The Renaissance Center was developed by Henry Ford II and financed primarily by the Ford Motor Company. Construction started on the Renaissance Center in 1973. It was completed in 1977 with the 5 towers, followed later by the 2 smaller towers. Construction of the building was commissioned by former Mayor Coleman Young, and in the first year it generated over $1 billion in economic growth for downtown Detroit. The building is currently owned by General Motors. They bought the building for approximately $300 million in 1996, and the central tower holds the Marriott Hotel, which is the second tallest skyscraper hotel in the Western Hemisphere, standing over 80 stories tall. And of course you can see the beautiful 5-story Winter Garden atrium right next to us. This was added to the Renaissance Center after GM bought the complex. The Winter Garden provides access to Detroit riverfront, and of course it contains many shops, restaurants. It also has a classic car collection. And we're coming up to here just ahead of us. This is the Port of Detroit. The Detroit Port Authority opened the $22 million Carl M. Levin Public Dock and Terminal on July 18, 2011. It was built to attract Great Lakes cruise ships. The 2-story, 21,000 square foot terminal has a customs office located on the first floor of the building for processing international ships and visitors to the Detroit area. And usually there's 2 or 3 cruise ships docked here every weekend, as Detroit is one of the main stops for any cruise ships cruising the Great Lakes. And we're coming up to just ahead of us, of course, is Hart Plaza. Hart Plaza opened in 1975 at 14 acres. It has a capacity to hold approximately 40,000 people. Hart Plaza holds many festivals throughout the year, including the Detroit Electronic Music Festival, which is held every Memorial Day weekend. And the Detroit Electronic Music Festival is the largest electronic music festival in North America. It attracts approximately 1 million people to the downtown core of Detroit for the long weekend festival. And generally there's some type of festival happening here every weekend. It doesn't look like too much going on this weekend, but generally there usually is. And for the longest time they didn't have the fountain running, but the fountain has been operational this year, and once we get past these trees here, you'll see the beautiful Hart Plaza fountain right there. And just right in front of Hart Plaza, you can see the monument there of this statues looking towards Windsor. This is the Gateway to Freedom Memorial. Historians estimate that as many as 45,000 runaway slaves passed through Detroit on their way to freedom in Canada. The Gateway to Freedom International Memorial to the Underground Railroad pays tribute to the city's contribution and the thousands of rail conductors who made freedom possible. Several routes diverged on Detroit, codenamed Midnight, and for many the city was a final destination for freedom seekers in the mid-1830s. The memorial was created by sculptor Ed White, who played a pivotal role in the contemporary African-American society. The memorial was dedicated on October 20th, 2001. It features 8 larger-than-life figures getting ready to cross the river into freedom. Right next to us, this is Cobo Hall, our Cobo Convention Center. It's actually called Huntington Place now. And the facility was originally named after the former mayor of Detroit, Albert Cobo. The largest annual event at Huntington Place is the North American International Auto Show, which has been held at the center since 1965. And again, this is the largest auto show in North America. Of course, it attracts about 1 million people to the downtown core of Detroit. And also right in front of the Huntington Place, you can see the rail cart going by right now. This is, of course, the Detroit People Mover going by there. Detroit People Mover opened in 1987 to shuttle people around the downtown core of Detroit. It runs on one of the only monorail systems in the United States. The People Mover goes 2.9 miles and has 13 stations around the downtown core. This is the busiest international border crossing between U.S. and Canada. Total length of the bridge is 7,500 feet, and it has 4 lanes of traffic. Clearance below the bridge is 152 feet. Traffic on the bridge can include up to 5,000 trucks and 3,000 cars daily. And this accounts for a quarter of all trade between Canada and the United States.